And the gaming industry is also evolving with dual screen gameplay like Smart Glass and Nintendo gamepads. What opportunities do you see tablets opening up for your game franchise?
Well, I mean, we're on several levels. One, we're going to do a sort of tablet companion app that will let you sort of log in and see what's happening in the universe. Not necessarily fly around in what we're doing, but sort of check on everything else, like chat with people, set out contracts for missions, accept missions, and that kind of stuff. And then we're probably also going to be supporting sort of second screens and maybe touch screens for sort of like the full crazy cockpit experience. So you're flying and your monitor's your view, but maybe your tablet potentially could be your interface for interacting like on your LCD inside your cockpit. But we're early stages of that, but that's all stuff that we'll be exploring and playing with.
And how might more powerful tablets open up new avenues to explore Star Citizen?
Well, I mean, at some point the tablets will get powerful enough where you can actually render stuff to the quality we're rendering on the PC, and then you'll be able to sort of take that experience with you on the go. I think longer term, people are just going to have one sort of whatever you call it, supercomputer little tablet thing, and you'll come home, you'll put it on your desk, and it'll automatically wirelessly talk to your keyboard and your monitors, or you'll sit in front of your TV and it'll automatically talk to your TV and talk to your remote control or talk to your game controllers, and you'll basically sort of carry this little thing around that will be your console, that will be your PC, that will be your computer on the go. We're not there yet. I mean, there's a big issue because like the stuff that we do on Star Citizen, it's really you need the power of a desktop GPU, because even a laptop PC GPU is not as powerful as a desktop one just for the pure power requirements. So like my computer I've got over here, it's got a GTX 680. Actually, it's got two GTX 680s in, but that requires 400 or 500 watts of power, and you just don't. The iPad you're holding just can't deal with that level of power or heat. So those things are going to have to get resolved. They will get resolved on a long-term basis, but in the short term, you're not going to be able to get the Star Citizen experience anywhere but like a high-end PC.
So how do you hope to evolve the space sim combat genre with this game?
Well, I mean, several levels. I mean, one, I think just the level of detail and fidelity is going to be a lot more control for the players, so in terms of customization, what they can do on the ships, what they can do with the ship systems, and it has a sort of layer of sort of computer control on top of it. So if you don't want to be dealing with all those details, you don't have to, but if you really want to dig down, you can. And I think that's always a secret to a good game. So that's one of it, but I'm really focusing on trying to figure out how I can sort of get people to play together. So whether it's cooperative, player versus player, all those kind of things, I want to sort of try and fold that in to an experience too, and just sort of make the part in space just feel as sort of tactile and real. So we've got you can fly bigger ships and you can walk around inside the corridor and sit in the cockpit and fly it, or run a turret while you're flying in space, and someone else could maybe try and take over your ship by boarding you, and you would have to fight them off. So there's a level of fidelity that hasn't been done in this kind of game before, and that's sort of what my focus is, and I think that will be an experience people will really respond to.
And what does your Kickstarter campaign say about this genre's overlooked popularity?
Well, I would like to say that it's I think it's it was one of the most popular genres when I was making games in the 90s. It was as big as anything else. So I definitely think it's got a pretty big core audience. I just think that none of the publishers have been focusing on it. I don't know whether it's because people shifted to consoles, and at the beginning of the console cycle, everyone was thinking, well, consoles are for sports games, consoles are for car racing games, and consoles are for platformers, and because even at the beginning of the console cycle, they weren't thinking they were for first-person shooters. Everyone was thinking, you can only play a first-person shooter on a PC because you need a mouse. Well, Infinity Ward came and did a nice interface on the dual analog stick gamepads, and now everyone has first-person shooters on consoles. So I think really what it was that so you had a shift to consoles. People kind of felt like, this kind of game doesn't work on it, and there wasn't a top developer like Infinity Ward bringing first-person shooters to consoles to do something like that, or Bungie, who brought Halo to consoles with on the Xbox. So there wasn't someone to really sort of push that. I kind of took a break from the business when consoles were sort of coming to the prominence with sort of PS2 and Xbox and everything. So maybe partly there wasn't someone that was there to push it, but I don't see any reason why it's not as mainstream as all the other games. I mean, it's a common fantasy. I mean, everyone loves Star Wars, watches. You all want to be a badass space fighter pilot. So I think us doing so well this early, 2 years before a game comes out, having that many people contribute that much money is a really good sign. I think it's a genre you're seeing. Elite come back. David Braben started a Kickstarter. There's some other stuff that I've seen that's pretty cool, and I just think there's going to be a resurgence of it, which will be great. And I think it's a genre that should come back.